Now, you mentioned Peter Strzok, and I think that we actually recently found a little bit of information about his involvement in all of this from some of the emails I think that we had gotten already on Anthony Weiner's laptop.
Well, Peter Strzok was, these are emails about the handling of the Weiner laptop fiasco, because it is a fiasco. Peter Strzok wrote or drafted the initial letter, created the initial draft of the letter that Comey sent to Congress telling them about the Weiner laptop. Also, it looks like the documents show that Comey closed the investigation just shortly before the election, despite strong evidence that they hadn't reviewed all the material. So he didn't know what evidence they had before he said there's no more evidence of criminality, which was bunk to begin with. But it shows you that Comey and Peter Strzok, once again, were smack dab in the middle of the Clinton-Weiner laptop scandal.
And this is the same Strzok that I think the IG report mentioned that they couldn't rule out that his bias had influenced his handling of the Weiner laptop issue.
Right. The IG was concerned they found the Weiner laptop emails in September, so more or less, or at the beginning of September, and nothing was being done. And Comey admitted nothing was being done, and it's only after they feared someone was going to blow their whistle on it that a month later they told Congress about it. So it wasn't like they voluntarily disclosed it, or they disclosed it because it was the right thing to do. They disclosed it because they didn't want to be seen to be covering up something which they were really doing, which was covering it up.
Right. So let's take just a little bit of a step back, and if you could talk just a bit about some of what we've uncovered through our litigation, through forcing out all of these different emails. I mean, what have we found that is concerning, that's troubling? You know, what's been revealed that, you know, really shouldn't have been being done on Clinton's private server?
Well, it's confirmation of what we generally know, but specifics about it. We know that she had and sent and received classified information. So we knew that from the 30,000 emails that were turned over by her to the State Department after our FOIA lawsuits forced the State Department to own up to them. Then we wanted the other emails that she had either deleted, attempted to delete, or otherwise hid from the American people. So those emails that she didn't turn over, we've uncovered contain classified information. So she was deleting or otherwise hiding classified information. That's pretty powerful stuff. And in addition, we have the Weiner laptop materials that show classified information migrated onto the Weiner laptop, including the identity of a CIA official, and anyone else would have been arrested. Anyone else would have been convicted or, prosecuted in the least. But Hillary Clinton and her aides who were involved in this have gotten off scot-free thus far. And I think the most concerning thing is, we know what went on in the Justice Department during the Obama era with Comey and Lynch protecting Hillary Clinton. Why is this Justice Department protecting her? Why is this FBI refusing to uphold the rule of law? Are they ratifying and endorsing what went on during the prior administration? It's something that's troubling, because I'm convinced the American people want accountability here. I'm pleasantly surprised that they haven't forgotten about Hillary Clinton's criminal conduct and her national security crimes. And Judicial Watch, again, seems the only one doing anything here.
So, related to that, can you talk a little bit about the Federal Records Act and sort of the obligations that Clinton had under these various rules and laws and regulations that she really just didn't follow?
Well, the Federal Records Act means essentially that you got to keep and maintain and can't destroy federal records. And which is Hillary Clinton took federal records and destroyed them. And it also requires, there are regulations in the Federal Records Act, that if an agency finds out that federal records have gone or been alienated from the agency, stolen or taken, like what happened with Hillary Clinton, they're supposed to tell the Justice Department about it. And then it's up to the Justice Department to follow up as appropriate, either with trying to get them or prosecution or whatever steps are available to them. Or maybe they do nothing, I don't know. But it's hard not to do nothing when a government agency tells you that our records are missing. You need to do something about it. So needless to say, the Justice Department and State Department under Barack Obama didn't want to follow the Federal Records Act requirements that they try to retrieve these records. And it involves the State Department simply sending a letter to the Justice Department. They didn't want to do that. So we sued in court. We lost initially at the lower court, but the appellate court said, look, unless there's absolutely nothing else that can be done to get these records, you've got to try to do something. So it went down to the lower court, and the lower court, said, no, we're still not going to do something. So it's on appeal again. But who were we fighting that second time around? The Trump Justice Department, Jeff Sessions' Justice Department, the State Department. They didn't want to go out and get Hillary's records. So it's this Justice Department, this State Department, that I'm sure President Trump doesn't endorse any of this. But these agencies, the deep state or political appointees who don't care about this issue, are protecting Hillary Clinton. Because if the State Department sent a letter to the Justice Department saying federal records have been alienated here, you need to do something to retrieve them, maybe Judicial Watch wouldn't have to sue for the Wiener laptop documents. Maybe the Justice Department would go see if they've been hacked from elsewhere, or hacked by Russia, or hacked by China. Really a dereliction of duty by the leadership of this Justice Department and FBI and frankly the State Department at this point, in not following up as the law requires and trying to retrieve the records Hillary Clinton wrongly took from the State Department.
Would you say that there's a noticeable difference in the way that this Justice Department and this State Department is handling this versus the way that the Obama Justice Department and State Department were handling it? Is it worse? Is it better? Does it seem pretty much like it's the same? I mean, what's going on here?
It's the same or worse than the Obama administration, which is just, I'm sure, disappointing to a lot of people who voted for President Trump. And President Trump is frustrated. He tweets all the time about the failure to turn over documents. The Justice Department and the FBI are black holes when it comes to the transparency law.